Am I happy they won? Hell yeah. They take all the damn joy out of it, that's for sure. Ricky Bottalico, Ruben Amaro Jr., I'm Michael Barkan. My father used to say when I was pulling one over on him, I might be laughing, but I'm serious. But you take out that 8th inning, and I guess it looks pretty good. I know a win's a win. I know a win against the Dodgers, who now have double-digit losses, courtesy of the Philadelphia Phillies, is a good thing. But that 8th inning, man. Go ahead, Ricky Bo.
You want me to start with the 8th inning?
No. I want you to start with
my theory on this.
I don't want to belie that.
I thought this was going to be a very comfortable win for the Phillies. It looked like they were playing really good baseball. Offensively, they did play a good game all the way around. Offensively, you bailed out your pitching staff later on in the ball game. So, I mean, there was some good that came out of this. I mean, you saw what Harper did tonight was outstanding. Segura was very good again. This is what you need. You need multiple guys getting it going in the same game. And there were 3, 4, maybe 5 guys that really had a lot to do with this game. The Phillies hit the baseball well, and then that inning happened. And it's kind of like they suck all the joy right out of you and they punch you in the gut like 4 or 5 times. But I'll tell you what, let me put it, I just want to throw this out there because I'm watching the same game everybody else is, but I thought the Dodgers gave the game back to the Phillies. I thought the Dodgers had that game won in the 8th inning. We would have saw probably Kimbrel in the 9th. The game would have been over. But in that 8th inning, you tried to safety squeeze.
Yeah.
Why is that asinine? Why is it asinine? Because, number one, let's say Barnes stays at third base. All you did was set up the Phillies for a double play. It's just, you need a fly ball.
Yeah.
You need a ball hit to the outfield, and you win the game. You're going to win the game.
Ruben, your thoughts on this one where they had for the second time in 8 days, they see a 7-1 lead go by the boards.
Yeah, it wasn't
Thank goodness they pulled it out
pretty.
this time.
It was not pretty, but it was effective. I mean, listen, they came back and they won the baseball game, and that's the bottom line against a very, very good ball club. I thought Zach Wheeler pitched an extraordinary game, very, very well. He ran out of gas, unfortunately, and the bullpen had been taxed and it had to be deployed. Unfortunately, that's been the problem for this team for a while, is that bullpen, and I've been concerned from the beginning about who is going to take the ball to Knebel. I like the Knebel signing. I think he's got guts. I think he's got good stuff. You saw him finish off the game in a very tough situation tonight. Typically, it's very tough to finish off this game there in L.A. Under these circumstances. He did a nice job. But I got to tell you, I'm concerned about the bullpen, not just because Not just because it's just been something that's happened over and over and over again. It's almost like a feeling that maybe something's going to happen that's going to go wrong almost every night, and that's a concern for me.
All right, let's go out to Dodger Stadium, check in with Ben Davis, call tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. Benny, it's a 7-3 lead. I realize of the Dodgers, I realize they were 20-9. 7-3 lead, Jose Alvarado comes in, and he gives up 4 runs, and then it ends up tied at the end of the 8th. How did the Phillies pull this one back?
What happened, Mike? I kind of dozed off there during the game.
Yeah.
Did something.
So did the Phillies.
That was. You see this starting. You're watching it live here. You see it. The crowd starting to get into it, and you're saying, "Wait a minute. We just went through this 8 days ago. This is not going to happen again. There's no way this could happen again." And it does. But what Velotti did in that 8th inning was phenomenal. I give him a ton of credit. I give Knebel a ton of credit. I give this offense and Odubel Herrera a lot of credit for getting that thing started in the 9th inning. It's a great team win. Didn't have to be that way, but it's a great team win nonetheless. So that was a good thing. They can sleep all night and get ready for Clayton Kershaw tomorrow. But Bryce was right. When he was on with us, he said it can't happen. It was nice to get the W, but this can't happen if we want to be that team that gets into the playoffs, and he's absolutely right.
For them to come back and win this ball game after getting down again, I mean, that shows a lot of resilience, man. So that's a lot. There's some positives you got to take away.
And in all honesty, that's probably why he was frustrated out there, because he had been throwing the ball extremely well, and he knows he makes that play on that Hoskins ball. That's a double play, and they're back in there.
All he has to do is let it go.
Yeah,
Just let it go. It's a double play.
If it goes by him, it goes right on the bag for a double play. And if he gets it, it's a double play the other way.
And how many times have you seen that happen?
We're just going to go back and forth.
That's great,
for a while.
because at the same time, Joe Girardi, you got a lot of explaining to do. Here's the manager.
They're a very good team, and we know that, and they're not going to give at-bats away, and they're going to make you work for every out, and that's what they did in the 8th and the 9th inning, but our guys were able to overcome it, able to get some big hits. You score on a wild pitch, and then you get a nice sac fly from Hart, who's behind in the count, so there were a lot of contributions. I thought Gene played extremely well tonight. His heads-up base running, the score on that pop-up to second, the way he swung the bat. Hart swung the bat. Big home run from Camargo. Just a lot of contributions. And Odubel comes in off the bench, right? And gets on and gets it started.
You thought someone Knebel was able to do after the bases?
He did an outstanding job. He got short pop-ups is what he was able to do, and it didn't allow them to really advance or score any runs on him. So he did a really good job.
Did you give any thought to pulling Alvarado earlier?
Yeah, I felt like that maybe he had the best chance to strike out the guys that he was facing at that point, and then once they made the switch, then I went to Bellotti, but he was able to get Cody Bellinger, and then he wasn't able to get the next guy, but we'll get that figured out. We'll get that right. We'll get him right.
As good as they are, but even when you're up 7-1, it's a pretty sizable lead. Feel pretty good at that point, late in?
Well, we had one of these the other day that we weren't able to respond from. So no, they're a very good team. We understand that. They're not, when you look at their at-bats, right? They walk, they don't strike out, and they put the ball in play. And a lot of times good things happen. They had the one walk in the 8th inning and the swinging bunt, right? And then they get the 2 walks in the 9th. And it's what they do. They continually put pressure on you. Really pleased with what Zach was able to do, considering he's coming off the COVID IL, and to get that far in the game. I thought he did a fantastic job.
Knebel was called in 2 similar situations. The Mets one and this one, after a reliever before him had given up 4 earned runs, and it wasn't like a totally smooth outing in either one. So what did you see out of him tonight?
Well, we made a little adjustment with him, and I think it's helped him. It's got him throwing more strikes. It's increased his velocity, and it's just made his stuff better. He was a little off too.
Tonight?
No, before. And I just think that he's back. Again, they put tough at-bats on you, and the big thing is you can't walk him. You got to try to make him put it in play.
Right.